no soundtrack except for your phone. So you can see that they sort of naturally drift apart. So let's see what happens if I touch them. You can see that the woman is a little bit faded, and she's a little small. So let's try something else. Maybe I'll try to keep them together while I'm there. I think the man is disappearing. Where did he go? Oh, so sad. There's really no right way to play this game. But as you play it, you can have some very deep thoughts about what it's like to be together with someone for a very long time. And I've spoken to Rod about this game at length. He actually showed it to me and said, "Do you think I should show this at experimental gameplay workshop?" I said, "Yeah." It took some convincing because he was sure that nobody would like it because it's very personal for him. This is an expression of his philosophy of his relationship with his wife, which is a lot about how much activity there is in the relationship and how much time they spend together and how equal they are. So when they are equal size and spending time together, they have a tendency to be happier. But if they spend too much time together, sometimes perhaps one personality will overwhelm the other. And this game has phases. And the different characters interact with things differently. The green and yellow squares represent social opportunities. So when I make them go away, the woman becomes less happy. And the black circles represent obstacles that when they hit the man, make him smaller. But if they don't have any experiences at all, they both fade. And if they get too far apart, they will fade as well. And I think it's really interesting that on the journey back to one another sometimes, one will become stronger, just looking back to their partner. And as you play this game, they move through phases in life. The colors in the background represent the opportunities to have children, and so forth. And then if you keep them alive long enough, they eventually die. So let's see if we can do it. It's a hobby. Oh, he found one. What I love about this game is you can make up your own story while you play it. And you want to. I don't think that we spend a lot of time thinking about our relationships this way, and I certainly didn't before I played it. have to play it for yourself and see how far you can get. What I like about it is that it has this minimal actions and introspection. And the silence of the game really forces your focus on the actions that you make, but the actions are so abstract that you have to start thinking about the shapes and the relationships between them. And this game could represent one marriage going through many phases, or many marriages that work and don't work. It's really open to interpretation. And the other game about love that I wanted to show you is this game by my friend Daniel, who's from Argentina. He also won an award for this at the Indie Cave Festival in California. And it is much more playful. Let me take a picture of this poor boy and put him with his lover. Except that he's really sad. Because his moon goes away. So this says, lost love, 7 missing endings, press R to rewind. So let's see if we can make him happier. Put her up there. If I can't have you, 6 missing endings, press R to rewind. No reason to live. There are many endings to this game. So, it's pretty silly, but it's also kind of touching. It takes some effort to figure out what they should all be. Tragedy, 4 missing endings. So what I like about this game is that you can explore for different endings. And it gives you this real sense of the bittersweetness of love, almost the silliness of it. Why is this boy in love with the moon? Why is she in love with the boy? You know, why can't they just get together? You know? And actually a lot of Daniel's games are about this sort of experience. So in this game, trial and error means that you actually mostly make mistakes. But it has the humor, despite the pain that comes from this, you know, drowning and people floating away into space and stuff. And in a way, it gives you a sense that even though it's tough for them to get together, and when you figure out how they can be together, it was worth it. It doesn't take a ton of effort. Again, it's very minimal, but it has a little bit more humor than the other game. And yet, they're both about this experience. Oh. There we go. That was the wrong button. So, what does that mean? Why do you care? I think you should become an explorer like these people who made these games. I am here to show you these games because you may not have seen them, you may not have played them, and you may not understand that they exist. But they do. And it's incredibly important that we take the availability of tools and technology that make video games and make them about things that matter and that touch us and that speak from our experience. It's very fun to make fun games. And it's actually easier than you would expect once you put your mind to it. You can make almost any RPG you want.